Humanity has always had a morbid curiosity about death. The myths that surround it and the rituals performed before and after a person passes are proof that we have tried to rationalize and understand death since the dawn of time. Even now, with all the knowledge on the planet available to us at the tip of our fingers, we still have numerous questions about it. What exactly is death? What are the most common causes? What happens to our bodies when we die? How long can we avoid death, or can we avoid it at all? And the most important question to a lot of people, what happens after we die? Well, let's answer some of these questions and hopefully learn something new. So, what is death? Well, there are actually countless different classifications, with the most common distinction drawn between clinical and biological death. Clinical death comes first. Essentially, it's the cessation of breathing and blood circulation of a person. This stage is sometimes reversible, and if the necessary help is provided within a short window of time, resuscitation may be still possible. If nothing could be done, however, the next stage, biological death, sets in. This is the complete, irreversible termination of respiratory and circulatory functions, or, according to some definitions, the complete cessation of functions of the brain, including the brain stem. In different fields of work, people might also distinguish between legal death, social death, and other not-so-pleasant states, but that's a topic for a whole other video. Moving on, what are the most common reasons people die? According to the CDC, for a long time the three leading causes of death were heart disease, cancer, and unintentional injuries. But in 2020, things took a turn with the emergence of COVID-19 and the pandemic following it. Since 2020, COVID took third place among the leading causes of death, shifting unintentional injuries to fourth place and stroke from fourth to fifth place. Data also seems to suggest that COVID has been indirectly influencing other causes, such as heart disease, accidents, stroke, Alzheimer's disease, and diabetes, possibly because people were hesitant to seek help for fear of catching the virus. Now that that's clear, let's move on to what happens to the body when a person dies. We've all heard bits and pieces about it, but let's try and get the whole picture. Immediately after death occurs, the muscles in the body relax, including the ones designed to always stay constricted, like the sphincters, leading to, well, expected results. Body temperature starts declining at a slow, steady rate, which can be useful to determine the time of death. The blood gets pulled downwards by gravity, pooling and creating purplish-red spots that might help forensic scientists figure out the position of the body during this period. Then, the muscles stiffen due to chemical changes in the muscular tissue, and the body becomes rigid. This lasts for several hours, and after some time, this tension passes and the body relaxes for good. During all this, the bacteria that live inside and outside of the body start slowly breaking down and digesting it, beginning the process of decomposition. This might lead to some spooky results, like when the gas produced by the bacteria in the intestines passes through the bowels, making a ghastly whooshing sound, or when the air in the stomach suddenly goes through the windpipe, making an almost moaning sound that scares inexperienced morticians to death. This isn't the only way human bodies might act weird after they expire. For a short time after the body stops functioning, the nervous system keeps firing signals, resulting in sudden twitches and muscular spasms, making the body look like it's moving. But how long can we avoid death? Well, as humanity and science progress, the average life expectancy of a person increases, varying from country to country and clocking in at about 76 years in the US in 2022. But there is a percentage of people who live way past that, the centenarians, the people that lived past 100 years, and the supercentenarians who live past 110 years. The UN estimates that currently there are 573,000 centenarians, which is almost 4 times more than the estimate of 151,000 made in 2000. A study conducted by the Max Planck Institute for Demographic Research discovered 663 validated supercentenarians across human history, and found that the countries with the highest total number of them were the United States, Japan, England with Wales, France, and Italy. Living more than 100 years old is an astounding achievement, but is there something that can live indefinitely? Actually, yes, but it's not some epic phoenix-like beast. Instead, it is a tiny organism that goes by the name Turritopsis dohrnii, but you may know it by its more popular nickname, the immortal jellyfish. Like an average jellyfish, it goes through a similar life cycle, from larva to polyp to medusae, but what distinguishes it from its relatives is the ability to reverse its development right back to the beginning, essentially restarting its life when it senses approaching danger. Talk about a fresh start. Fascinating as it is, it's not just a cool fact to tell in biology class. Researchers are trying to understand the exact ways this sea blob resets its life cycle to hopefully develop treatment for various diseases and, potentially, aging. So there is a possibility of physical immortality, but what about the immortality of the soul? Sadly, this is the question that we just cannot answer. There are countless beliefs about what happens after we die. Abrahamic traditions such as Christianity, Islam, and Judaism hold the belief that our place in the afterlife depends on how we lead our lives on earth, with variations in how it happens in every religion. Christianity says there's heaven and hell. In Islam, it's Jannah and Jahannam respectively, and in Judaism, beliefs in the afterlife are as diverse as Judaism itself. Buddhists and Hindus believe in reincarnation after death. Some atheists say there's nothing after death, while others point to near-death experiences as proof that there might be some kind of afterlife. And agnostics say there is no possible way to know if there's something at the end of the tunnel. There's still so much to learn. So, as long as we don't have a concrete answer, what to believe in is up to you. We hope your curiosity has been satisfied. Hit the subscribe button to stay updated and let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned and goodbye.